What's going on, everyone? Hopefully you had an amazing Thanksgiving week, and it's time to talk about some fragrances that I've been wearing this past week. So I got some new stuff in the mail, and I'm so excited to talk about that with you, and also just recommend some amazing fragrances for this kind of winter season. If you're looking for something really unique, we got a nice range of budgets. We have some affordable and some expensive fragrances on here. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around and let's jump right in. What's going on, everyone? It's Eli with Common Sense, and it is great to have you, and welcome to my week rotation series. So again, we're going to be talking about some really high quality fragrances that I've had on my rotation this week, and honestly, this rotation is probably one of my favorite rotations of the whole year. There are some amazing high quality fragrances, and I'm excited to talk about them. So Monday, I wanted to kickstart the week with a nice, sweet, powdery fragrance to kind of put me into that fall and autumn mindset, especially for the holidays. And the first fragrance we're talking about is from the house of Michael Malul, and this one is Jet Black Reserve. Now, there are a ton of fragrances by Michael Malul, and there are a handful of ones that I would personally recommend, and this one is definitely in my top 3. This one definitely stuck out to me because for me, it reminds me a lot of a nice powdery, sweet, vanillic, ambery, just nice date night fragrance. And so it kind of reminds me of the Prada Luna Rossa Black and also like Armani Code Profumo. So it's like a nice blend between those. It retains a lot of that nice sweet vanillic woodiness, and again, that amber is very heavy in this, so it's going to smell very warm and radiant. And I absolutely love that there's like a musky, slightly ambroxan vibe in the opening to this, and it definitely is kind of musky and salty, but altogether is a beautiful, sweet, salty, woody, ambery fragrance that is perfect for this cold weather. And I have got many compliments in the past when I've worn this one, not this week, but on past wearings. I have had a lot of people come up to me and say, "What is that?" And they just give me a hug. So this one is definitely comforting and very, very appropriate for this cold weather. And that one is Jet Black Reserve by Michael Malul. Now, Tuesday, this fragrance was new. It came in the mail, and my God, this fragrance, I cannot say enough great things. And shout out to Neeb over at Aromatics, because he recommended this fragrance, and man, he was not kidding about the projection and the longevity. This one's called Bravanzo Imperiale by Ramon Blanzar. This is basically going to be a 16 to 17 hour fragrance. In fact, it lasts a lot longer, and you can still smell it on your clothes well into the next oncoming days. So this is basically Nishane Hasivat in a bottle, but just ramped up. It's kind of sweet, spicy, but at the same time, you have that really nice citrusy opening with a heavy dose of that vanilla and warm spice. When I first smelled this one, I immediately thought, oh yeah, this is just Aventus. But as I started to kind of wear it throughout the week and just smell it on my clothes, and as it dried down, this stuff really just became absolutely incredible. Really well put together stuff. The quality of the blend is fantastic. Also, you can pick it up for like 40 or 50 bucks, so it's kind of a no-brainer. It really is just a smooth, loud fragrance the entire time that you wear this. Again, that one is Bravanzo Imperiale by Ramon Blanzar. Now for Wednesday, I actually wore 2 fragrances and I layered them together. And I don't typically do this because I like the fragrances to kind of stand out on their own, but I remember way back I tried this layering combo, and my God, it is just so killer, and it lasted days on my sweater. In fact, I put on the same sweater that I wore on Wednesday, and it still smells like I just sprayed it this morning. So first, I went with Michael Malul Ocean Noir, and I've talked about this a few times. It's just a nice woody, ambery fragrance with a ton of a fruity note in the opening. It's a kumquat, so it's kind of like Blood of Chanel, but a lot more fruity, and it just smells way, way nicer than a lot of the other Michael Malul fragrances out there. So this one, I would say, if you were to pick up one fragrance from Michael Malul, I definitely get this one, because again, it's blue, it's sweet, aquatic, and it's just intoxicating stuff. But I also layered it with this one. This one is Tiziana Terenzi's Kirke. Now, this is not a new fragrance DNA. It smells like herba pura. It's got that really nice tropical, fruity peach and kind of pineapple. It really does just smell like musky, fruity dryer sheets. But when you combine these two, holy moly, does this stuff smell amazing. If you want to smell friendly and approachable, this is exactly how you want to smell. Really, it's like a perfect middle of the road fragrance, equally unisex. Anybody can pull this off, and again, you're just going to smell so good, and the people around you are going to want to be around you, and that's what you want in a fragrance. So both of these together get a 10 out of 10 for sure. And that one is Ocean Noir by Michael Malul and Tiziana Terenzi's Kirke. And so of course Thursday was Thanksgiving, and so I wanted to pull off a nice sweet, slightly spicy fragrance that is going to again put me into that nice comforting winter fall mood. And so this one is a perfect fragrance for that. This one is Lumiere Garcon by French Avenue. So this fragrance is going to be a Dolce & Gabbana The One Luminous Night twist. This stuff is absolutely incredible. It is intoxicating, and I just love everything that comes out of French Avenue, you guys. This definitely has that original The One DNA where it's kind of warm, it's kind of spicy, ambery, and you do have a nice bit of basil in the opening that's not going to be super overpowering. It definitely has a green quality in that opening for about the first 30 minutes, but after that it definitely becomes a more peppery, smooth, creamy woods and incense in the opening, so it does smell very masculine and very approachable. And as it starts to dry down, you get a lot more of the dates in there and some of that nice sage and those nice aromatics. But really, this is a smooth fragrance through and through, and it is just blended absolutely fantastic. The performance is pretty average. I want to say I got about 3 hours out of this stuff, but my guess is I actually did go nose blind because I sprayed the heck out of it, and after about an hour or two I was like, I can't really smell it anymore. But when I do spray it on a tester strip, I can still smell it way into the next day, so that's probably what's going on. So most likely this stuff is performing way better than I originally thought. But really, really good stuff. And if you're looking for an affordable alternative to Luminous Night, then I would definitely check this one out. And that one is Lumiere Garcon by French Avenue. Now, Friday was Black Friday. I just stayed inside. I was like, I really don't need any deals or anything right now. Like, I'm pretty set, but I wanted something kind of spicy and comforting for that day because it was definitely cold. It was overcast and kind of foggy, and I went with Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now, I don't typically wear this fragrance a lot, but I don't know why. Just recently, I've been kind of craving this style of a fragrance where it's a nice cinnamon, nutmeg spice with some of that lavender in there, and I absolutely love the licorice in here. I wasn't crazy about it at first, and I really only wore this a handful of times, but again, lately, I've been craving this stuff, and it just smells so good. It has a little bit of that original Dior Sauvage DNA, and chances are you've probably smelled this before in a Macy's or like a Sephora, but this really is great stuff. And I know there are some more affordable dupes out there, but I still absolutely love this original stuff, and that one is Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now, Saturday, I also got a new package in the mail, and I got some new fragrances from Barrett Fragrances. And if you haven't checked out that fragrance house before, I highly recommend that you watch this video where I talk about some of their offerings. And if you're interested in picking up any of these, you can use the code COMMONSENSE to save 20% on your order. And just the quality of these bottles and of the actual juices is insane. So satisfying. But on Saturday, I went on a road trip and I wore Green Hills by Barrett Fragrances. So this is an extrait de parfum, and I just want to show you how far these atomizers push. They're pressurized. Look at this. That goes like an arm length out. This is insane. Whew. This is going to be a twist on green Irish tweed, and it smells so close to that DNA, you guys. This definitely has that very strong lemon verbena and some of that violet leaf in the opening, and it kind of just smells like a green vegetal vibe, almost like green bell peppers. So it has that really nice green aquatic vibe that definitely smells like you're out in nature. And I absolutely love how it starts to dry down and smell a little bit closer to that cool water, but it's almost like it's a step up from that. So you still have a little bit of that lavender DNA. And my brother actually wears cool water basically on a daily basis. And I showed him this and I was like, what do you think of this? He's like, that smells like cool water, but better. It definitely smells a lot higher quality than some of the other green Irish tweed clones that I've smelled out there, like Très Nuit and some of the other affordable ones. But this one I think is like $40 after that discount code, and it's 50 ml extrait de parfum. And this stuff lasts a good 10+ hours, and I sprayed it on before bed and I could still smell it well into the morning after that. That one is Green Hills by Barrett Fragrances. And then today I decided to wear this 10 ml travel size atomizer of Barrett Fragrances Apple Brandy Straight, and that's going to be a twist on the by Kilian Apple Brandy on the Rocks. So this stuff definitely has that really nice apple pie vibe. It's kind of boozy, especially from that rum and the brandy notes that they use in this. And I absolutely love the ambery and just comforting fall quality that comes with this one. Yeah, that apple note in the opening is so crisp, and it just smells like you just cut through your apples and you're getting ready to make that apple pie. It is just so intoxicating. And there's also another citrusy note in here, like a pineapple or like a bergamot, that really does just cut through that cold air, and it just makes it smell absolutely incredible. But if you're really into some of these nice fall, ambery, spicy, boozy fragrances, again with a touch of that nice apple crisp vibe in the opening, this is going to be a perfect fragrance for you. Funny, I wore this one on myself and my mother was like, hey, you need to give me that fragrance. I need to know exactly what that is. And so she like sprayed this all over herself, and man, she just fell in love with this stuff. But this one is definitely a compliment magnet and an essential for this fall weather. And that one is Apple Brandy Straight by Barrett Fragrances. So there we have 8 fantastic fragrances. Again, this is one of my favorite rotations that I've done this year. So let me know down in the comments what you've been rocking, and let me know how your week's been going. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing week, and remember, you can do it this week. I'm Eli with Common Sense. Until the next time, bye-bye.